All right, today we're going to be doing some troubleshooting in WooCart. Specifically, we're going to be using the WordPress command line interface. Now, I have a store up and running, but this is really suspicious. I've got over 2,000 errors in the last day or so. I can go over here and visit the store. Now, here, WooCart is giving me a really specific error ID. Often in WordPress, what will happen if something goes wrong is that you're just going to get a blank page. Nothing's going to be loading. And the way that you go about troubleshooting is you go up here and you disable all of the plugins, and then you start enabling them back one by one. And that's tedious, it takes time, and your store is down for a longer amount of time than is really necessary. WooCart gives you a really useful error. Now this first part of the error ID, that's the ID of the store. This is the error itself, and this is the request ID. I can copy and paste this into the list of errors down here. But right now I'm not going to do that because I see that all of these errors, the culprit for all of them is a plugin called Contact Form 7, right? We can see that in every single one of these errors. And I can go ahead and click on one of these errors. I just want to show you guys all the information that WooCart gives you for each specific error. All right, so the information that we get here, this is really useful for troubleshooting. The most useful is obviously this little line here, the culprit. So I know I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to disable this specific plugin. Now, if I were a programmer, or if I worked with programmers, if I had a programmer that could help me out, I could send them all of the rest of this information. The stack trace is really useful. It goes and it shows each specific file and the line in the file which is causing some sort of problem, right? Now, I'm not a programmer, so I'm not going to go into this, but if I were, I could send all of this. I could send it maybe to the developer of the plugin and work with them to try to find a solution. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the WordPress command line interface, and I'm going to try to disable the plugin from here. The command line interface is a really useful tool for just doing all sorts of administrative work. And I'm going to start by going WP as in WordPress plugin list. Now this is supposed to list all of the plugins, but because one of the plugins is not working correctly, I get a whole bunch of errors here. So I'm going to repeat the command, and I'm going to add in the line. I'm going to add in skip plugins. And what this does is this forces the command to not load the code from the plugins. There we go. So it lists all of the plugins that are activated, and I'm going to disable the contact form plugin by doing WP plugin deactivate contact form 7. And again, I'm going to add in skip plugins. All right, now I've deactivated the plugin. I'm just going to restart the PHP workers, and this just refreshes the store and gets rid of any temporary data that might be still hanging around. So I'm going to go back up here, and let's check it out. Let's see if it's working. All right, there we go. The store is online. Now, again, this is just my demo store, so this is the turnkey store that we've talked about in the previous video. But yeah, so this is how we can really easily and quickly with the command line interface in WooCart just go in and disable just one plugin without having to do a whole lot of troubleshooting, without having to disable all of the plugins and then re-enabling them one by one. So it took us maybe a minute or two to get our store back online. I hope you liked the video. We're going to be making more of these in the future, and we'll show you how WooCart can simplify your store management and maintenance.